Mullen has received an overwhelming response to the Mullen Five pre-booking. So what exactly is going on and should you buy the stock? Sit tight as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. Mullen, through their Twitter handle, said that pre-orders for the Mullen 5 have quadrupled thanks to the Strikingly Different tour, but since people have no clue of the exact numbers, we did some digging into their past pre-booking data and we found out that in November 2021, the company had around 5,000 pre-orders for the Mullen 5 and back then they increased the total pre-order limit to 25k SUVs. In our opinion, the expectations would have been below this 25k limit, so to exceed that could probably translate to 25k to 50k pre-orders, which if true would place MULN next to its competitors Rivian and NIO, signaling of a bull run. Also note that the event has just started, so if the company can get over 100,000 pre-orders by the end of this year, the stock might moon in 2023. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the one-day chart for MULN, and as always, we'll first analyze the one-day chart, then the 1 hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can see that we've gotten a gap down that was well expected and well required as well, because as you guys already know that without pullbacks, there is no bull run, right? Now, I'm not saying that this would definitely lead to a bull run. I have a different theory actually, but let's just quickly discuss it, right? Why waste time? We can see that over here we got a somewhat of a pin bar candle to the negative side, right? Of course, we did try to go up, but we failed to break this high that we made over here at a price of 0.6115, right? So we made a top around 0.587, and after that, of course, we fell down and the next day, we can see that we got a gap down from a price of 0.54 to a price of 0.49, which was a almost a 10% gap down, right? It was pretty much, we all saw it coming. And the real thing that we need to focus on right now is that we're holding a support around 0.45 and 0.47 continuously, right? This support has been helping the stock go up ever since the the last Monday, 24th October. And after that, of course, we can see that even though we did go up a lot, right? We started over here at 0.6 with a gap up, but after that, we did come down eventually. So this indicates just one thing, that even though we did go up, even though the stock performed well, it's finally coming down, right? The rally has finally ended. All of the news and all of the meme effect has weared off, but this does not mean that MULN is done for, right? In my opinion, of course, Monday will probably be positive because we already received news that we discussed in the first part of this video that the stock, or rather the car, right, the Mullen 5 vehicle, has received quadruple pre-orders as to what they expected, and that's pretty good, right? Our guess, we already told you, probably if we look at the average, I guess around 35,000 pre-orders, but that's still a great number, right? Considering that Rivian, which is, well, I would say a more established brand than MULN, got 70,000 pre-orders for one of their vehicles recently. So, MULN might just catch up by the end of this year, and that's great. But looking at the current price, should you buy at 0.5? Well, there are two ways to look at this right now, okay? First, the stock, of course, is an extremely risky bet, but considering that we were at a price of 0.22 before this entire trend took off, well, I am kinda, I would say, worried about the stock at the moment as well, even after this bull run. But honestly, it just might be worth a risk, right? Because we all know that such stocks are just, you put your money in, you don't set any stop losses, and just let the stock do its thing, right? Either you lose all of your money or you make a lot of money. This is how meme stocks and, penny stocks work. But of course, because this is not completely fundamentally ridden or completely technically ridden, right? These stocks don't function on any of those methods, right? They function on hype, they function on news and all of that stuff. So even if we look at the trend, we can see that we've kind of been squeezing into this range. So even though if we perform well on Monday, in my opinion, we'll probably be hit with a lower high. So if we make a lower high, probably My guess is somewhere around 0.56. So let me mark that 0.565, I guess 0.56, right? So if we make a lower high around 0.56, then we'll probably be in for a bear run, and then we might get back to the valuation. Now, there is one good thing that after the acquisition, of course, the stock's valuation did get a jump if we talk about its justified valuation. So it won't get back to the level of 0.22, that I can assure you. Like, not, of course, not financial advice, but that's my opinion. And it would probably stay above 0.35 or at least zero point 0.3, right? At least 30 cents. So this is the lowest I believe that it can go. Of course, earnings report will reveal something else because, in my opinion, they'll probably be negative, considering that we're not even selling any vehicles yet. But even if they improve from the previous earnings reports, that might be a good sign. But with that being said, let's quickly jump on into the 1 hour chart to analyze some swing trades and see what's going on in detail. So now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we can see a few things in detail, of course. That first up over here, we did get a bad sign, right? We got a pin bar candle on the negative side, followed by a red candle indicating a downtrend. Of course, the downtrend did carry off well, right? We did eventually end up getting a downtrend. After that, we can see that we made a double bottom somewhere around 0.47 over here and another double bottom over here. So this, after that, this is the real bad sign, right? We got a pin bar candle on the negative side, not exactly a bearish candle, right? It still indicates that bears were, kind of weak, but still, if we get a red candle to follow this up on Monday, right? If I'm not saying that we will get it, if we get it, then we'll probably be headed for this support and we'll probably break it as well. That likely won't happen if you ask me. So, in my opinion, we should probably get a pin bar candle on the upside on Monday. I'm sorry for my poor drawing. Let me just get a straight line, right? So if we get a pin bar candle on Monday that looks somewhat like this, right? Then we might be in for a positive reversal and the bull run might just continue, right? Who knows? And of course, if the bull run, if we talk about the bull run's continuation, we have to talk about resistance levels. So the first resistance would be around 0.535, then 0.55 would be a psychological level as well. After that, this top that we made somewhere around 0.58. After that, of course, somewhere around zero point 0.6 and 0.61 as well. 0.6. So these are the resistance levels. And of course, if we talk about support, this is the main support that you should be eyeing. But let's still talk about some more levels that could, act up. So over here, 0.492 might act up as well. And zero point 0.5 will probably be a strong psychological level. Why couldn't I mark that? 0.0, 0.5. After that, if we look at the lower supports, we can see that we have a support around 0.357 and another one around 0.385. So these might act up as well. We have another one around 0.570 because we can see that it acted as a support over here and a resistance over here. So that might be a good level. But if you really want to know what's going to happen on Monday, in my opinion, let's quickly jump on to the 5-minute chart so I can show you in detail. Now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we have a much clearer picture of what actually is happening. So first up, we can see that this is how pin bar candles work, right? We got a pin bar candle on the downside, followed by a red candle. Another red pin bar candle went down, hit a double bottom at a price of 0.4717. After that, we can see that these two pin bar candles cancelled each other out. That was a good trade opportunity for bulls, right? So whenever red candles cancel each other out, that's a good opportunity. Whenever green candles cancel each other out, that's a good opportunity for shorts. So we can still look over here that we got another pin bar candle, but we got a double bottom after that at 0.48. After that, of course, we can see that we got a failed engulfing candle, right? But it still took the stock down to a level of 0.493. After that, we did get a successful pin bar candle to the negative side over here, which acted up pretty well, right? Over here, we can see that we kind of squeezed into this range with a resistance around 0.495. After that, of course, we're getting close to the market closing. And over here, we can see that we have another level around here at 0.483. And if we look at the last few candles, we can see that we got somewhat of a cancellation over here, right? We got a bear trend cancellation because this was a pin bar candle aimed at a downtrend. And then we got a pin bar candle, which even though was negative, it was aimed at a bull run. So when both of these, crashed, it indicated that, as I already told you, Monday might actually be a gap up. So let's consider the possibilities. If Monday is a gap up, where will it open? In my opinion, since I already told you that we have a resistance around 0.53, we'll probably open above 0.53. Once that is done, we might take this as a support. Now, there are a few possibilities, right? Of course, there are only two ways that the stock can head, up or down, but how up or how down will the stock go, right? So if it takes support around 0.53, it will get resisted 0.54, 0.55, right? We all know that psychological levels. I already gave you some resistance on the 1 hour chart. So if you have marked those down, you can simply relate your analysis to that. Of course, not financial advice, but after that, in my opinion, once we get a few good candles, we'll probably get a pullback back into the range of 0.535 or 0.54. After that, we might just carry on a bull run towards the end of the day. And if at the end of the day, which I believe will happen, we'll probably get something like this. We'll probably end the day off in a pullback, and that might result in a strong pullback on Tuesday because, of course, if we go up on Monday, we will have to get a pullback on Tuesday. If we look over here on the broader scenario, it does hint that the stock might have kind of missed out on the bull run thing entirely, but we still have, I would say, the hope and the possibility. So let's just hope for the best. And with that, remember that this definitely was not financial advice, so you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel, Stocks 101, for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.